Next, we're going to start our level lines. So this is an example of what it'll look like when we're completed. We're going to make a level 1, a first floor. We're going to make what's called a mezzanine level, would really be the level 2 at 15 feet. Then we're going to mark the top of where we want our steel, and then the top of parapet, a technical term I'll cover in lecture. Then we have our glazing, our glassed areas, and I'll have marked those as top of glazing on the first floor and top of glazing on the second floor. So let's get started with that idea of drawing these level lines. So I'm going to pull this off the screen, and I'm going to go to the south elevation of our building. So I'm going to do that by double clicking on the south. And there we have our existing two elevations. I'm going to grab these and move them up because we're going to really extend the length of our building, and we're going to need to do that in a couple of the other views also. If these lines don't go all the way up, we're not actually going to see those grid lines in the levels that we create. So let's make level 1 is 0, and we're fine with that. Let's make level 2. I'm going to zoom in here. This is a pre-existing level. I'm going to rename level 2 as the mezzanine. And I'm going to make it, oops. Would you like, yes, we're going to rename the level that way. That's an OK for that. And I'm going to renumber the level height. So I'm going to click on that and type in 15. So anytime you want to change the name, you can just select on the box level, the box of the term, or click on the box below it for the dimension. So that gives us our two floor levels. The next one I want to create is our steel level. I'm going to pull these in a little bit just to make things a little tighter and cleaner. So we're not zooming all around because our grid is much smaller than that. And let's go again to our architecture tab. And now instead of grabbing the grid tool, we're going to grab the level tool. And what we'll do is we'll put in a couple of extra levels right away, and we won't even bother dimensioning them. This is the one that's going to be the top of glass. And then I'll do another one up higher, which will be the top of glass on level 2. Then I'll do a top of steel, and I want that to align with these. And you notice I held these two back a little bit. And you'll see, because I don't want those to be clashing with each other with other levels, because they come kind of close. And then the last one I'll do is the top of what's going to be the top of the parapet. Now we can go in and reassign names for these and levels. So click on the Modify tab to get out of that. Level 1, I'm going to select the box for level 1 and rename that top of glazing, L1. Glazing means the glass. I want to rename the view appropriately. And I'm going to change that dimension to 13 feet. And hit enter. Here, I want this to be top of glazing L2. And the L2 means level 2. It could also say mezzanine there if we wanted it to. We're going to make that 28 feet. Then we want the top of steel, so I'm going to select that. Top of steel, and we want that to be 30 feet 6 inches. And then level 6 is really top of parapet. And we want that to be at 35 feet. Okay, so let's just take a minute and look at kind of the workmanship of what we've created. We have these levels all, we have our top level now. We know how high we're going, and we can see that our grid line is a little too high, so I'm going to bring that back down. I see these are sticking out a little farther than they need to, so I'll pull those in a bit. And I notice that I'm pretty good here. I don't have any clashing of the words that are going on here. I probably could select this and just drag it a little bit over here. All right, so that covers our south elevation. Now, if we go to any of the other views, let's go to the north elevation. I'm going to double click on that. Our level lines have moved up nicely, so we're all set there. And let's go to our east elevation. Notice our level lines need to be, or excuse me, our grid lines need to be pulled up. I'm going to select those and pull them up. We want them to show all the way through to any level that we go to. And I'll just take a peek on the west, and that's automatically been updated. And they're sticking out a little far on this side. So we could pull these in now. This will all kind of help out later on. Let's go to our south. Let's just check these all out. I don't like that these are sticking way out. It's all about making really kind of attractive looking drawings eventually. I'm going to grab these and pull these out because they're coming a little close. Okay, so now we're ready to start building some components. Let's start with the foundation next.